How are you, Jeep friends? This is Josh and welcome to Everything Jeeping. Today, I've got an exciting install for you. We're installing Rockslider Gen 3 power steps on our 24 392. Really excited about this. There are some differences in the 24 versus the other version. So if you have a 24 Jeep JL, you want to make sure you order the right kit. Otherwise, the installation is basically the same. So stay tuned. We'll do a quick overview of how to do it.
All right, so just before pictures, you can see the 24s come with a new Rockslider step. So it's a little bit wider than they have been in the past. So look really nice, but I wanted a different look. So we're gonna go to this look with the Rocksliders, and they're even a little wider. Here's some tools that you're gonna need. We're gonna need quite a few items. Several sockets, 18 millimeter, half-inch socket, 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter, and a couple of wrenches, some 13 millimeter and 7/16. So for this install, I decided to start with the power wires first. So I laid them out on the ground. You can see I'm going from the driver's side rear across to the battery connection. And then I went ahead and just put this underneath the vehicle. So know that I have to connect the battery. So I'm going to use a fishing stick to help me pull the cabling through into the engine bay. So I use this to help me kind of find the right channel first. So you can see it coming all the way through the engine bay down to the ground. And I start the wiring process in the passenger rear side, and I run this along the frame of the body, along the top here, over to the engine bay. I went ahead and taped that to the fishing stick, and I'm gonna pull this through. And the one thing you can't really see here is there's about a perfectly sized square rectangle opening right there where this goes through. And I'm gonna use that to pull this cabling all the way through, and it fits just tightly, but it comes right through. And we're gonna connect that straight to the battery. And we're gonna go ahead and go back to the passenger rear side, and I'm gonna point out where we're gonna bring some wiring up into the body. So there's the port. We're gonna drill a little hole into that, and there's a very similar port on the same side. This is in the very back, and after we drill the hole, I'll push those wires through so you can see that. Now we're just looking across the underneath of the car, and there's a cross body member here. I'm gonna run that wiring across there. Okay, so we've drilled our hole and pulled our paneling back, pulled up the carpet here. So this is just in front of the rear seat. You can see the hole, and you can see here the entire inside of the body is actually sound deadened. All right, we're back underneath the car, and I'm running the cables along that cross member. So this is in the very back, underneath the passenger seat. And run the cables through, pull them up. On the driver's side, you're gonna pull 3 cables through, one for the rear door for the sensor, one for the front door sensor, and then one for the on and off switch, which we'll show you that in a minute too. I go ahead and dry fit everything, make sure everything fits and fits underneath the paneling. I will give you a pro tip. Do not connect your sensors until after you've powered the system up, then connect them, then make sure they work. All right, so this is the front one. I was a little worried that these would be more visible, but honestly, they kind of blend right in. I don't even notice them. And you can see my little fishing line stick again. I'm gonna pull the power cable through from the back seat to the front, and I'm gonna also run that along the kick well here. So this is where we're at. I'm gonna fish it up through here. All right, you can see the wires here. They're the ones that are red and black, kind of facing the downwards. And you can also see the hole where we're gonna mount it. So it's right next to that clip. All right, so here it is, it's mounted. And we're gonna go ahead and button everything up here now. So after it's mounted, we're gonna go ahead and put the paneling back. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to removing the large bolts underneath the car and mounting the steps themselves. So bear with me here. I am starting to undo the large body mount bolts. These are Loctited in, so you do want to use a breaker bar, do this really slowly. Some people suggest heating them up. I give this about 3 or 4 turns, and then I adjust the socket to advance them back in a couple of times, and then I adjust it again to back everything back out. I get these pretty far out. I'm going to speed up the video here just a second. So get these pretty far out, and then I end up using my drill to get them the rest of the way. Keep in mind when you get these out, you're going to need a file or something to kind of file them down a little bit so you can get the mounting hardware in between the giant washer there. All right, here we are. So we're looking at the car again, and I'm using a little bit of tape to help me position the cushion for the steps so it doesn't cause any scratches. As you look at the step, everything is nicely labeled, so it says passenger here. So for the JL, get a good look at the mechanism here, but also recognize the post bolts there. So there are 2 different sizes. Pausing the video here so you can see the 2 silver circles. There are 2 bolts there at the pinch weld that you're going to remove before you put the steps on. You will be able to put both of them back in, so don't throw out the hardware. And here we are, we're underneath the Jeep. Want to apologize, I didn't get pictures of the mounting brackets that go in between the body mounts and the washers. But here you see me, I'm putting the washers on the little step posts. And then we're going to put nuts on those and tighten everything down. And the manufacturer does a good job of having these openings positioned really well so that you can get your sockets or wrenches in there and tighten all of these things up. So that was really beneficial and good engineering, I would say. All right, now here are the mounting brackets, and you're going to use 4 screws or 4 bolts on each of these. I kept everything loose until I got everything lined up, and then I tightened the body mount bolts, and then I tightened the 4 smaller bolts down, follow the specs on the directions, but pretty easy to follow. And once you're done, you can connect the battery, connect your sensors, and test the doors. I did like these. I got them with the lights, so really like the light. So works great for the front door and the back door. Love the steps, and my wife absolutely thinks this is the best upgrade I have made to the Jeep so far. Hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll keep putting out more videos just like this. Take care, guys. Be safe.